Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. What an icon. Leslie, thank you for bringing that to the table today. Incredible woman that did a lot for a lot of people. So, definitely a legacy that we should strive for. So may her family, prayers for her family, and I know that she has left a huge legacy here on Earth. So, Leslie, thank you for doing that. All right, today is Thursday. Those that went to Top Producer Talk, I hope y'all enjoyed that yesterday. I also know there is going to be a YouTube version of that, so that y'all can get on that. The goal is, just so everybody knows, if we can't do a Zoom, it's because we're recording it, so that we can actually put it on a YouTube page and everybody can access it. So we want to have YouTube content that y'all will have housed forever. So anyway, just a heads up on that. Awesome job to the entire team for getting that done yesterday. It was a good day. Also, shout out to the team. We now have a social media suite, and we're working with a guy from a studio right now, trying to get some more equipment in there to continue to improve that. But it's really cool. So now we've got a marketing and social media suite at the office. So please come by and see that. We would love for you to take a peek at it and, quite frankly, put some content out there. All right, today, any COTDs before I get started, Leslie, Linda?
Nothing today, but we do have team meeting next week. And Ben Cunningham is actually coming next Tuesday to talk about how to never lose a client again, how to have forever clients. So he has a cool little class that he has put together, and I'm excited to hear what he has to say. And it's 901 day. So we will be, Nikki will have a booth there's a cool 901 festival going on, and we actually are going to have a booth there. So it's going to be a cool day to just celebrate Memphis, and y'all come out and
Wait, when is
that
901 day? Sorry, I don't even, when is
you don't
that?
know what 901 day is?
No,
Tuesday.
901
I
day.
said when.
September 1st. September 1st, always.
Okay.
It's Tuesday.
Okay,
901.
thank you. And where's it at?
Great question. Nikki may know if she's on. I don't know if she's on yet. I will give the address out and put it on socials, and we'll share it here again tomorrow morning.
Yeah, like I love the details, like what time, when, where, all that jazz.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, cool. That's fun. Y'all come out and support 901 Day. Nikki, thank you for bringing that to the table. That's exciting. So, y'all make sure y'all come out and network with that. All right. I want to make sure everybody knows where to access these statistics and data for you to use with your clients. So, I want to make sure everybody knows how to find this first, and then I'm going to go over a few slides that I feel very strongly that you should put in your listing presentations and your buyer presentation. So we're going to go over here to connect, right? And I put in here Mega Camp 2026, and this is what it's pulled up. All right. I'm going to go over here and do market update slides. So if somebody could hit that in the chat, please. That way everybody can access this. And then I'm going to download it. And then now I've got my PDF for market update. Okay. I'm not going to go through all of these. I thought this first quote was kind of funny because it is true. The market is what the market is. And we went over this at Mega Camp. But the point of this is this data and this information is solid gold for you to start adding in presentations and, quite frankly, to get on social media and help educate the consumer and the public around what is truly happening in our marketplace. Okay. So I'm going to hit on a few of these slides really quickly. I'm not going to talk about unemployment. I do think inflation is something y'all need to understand. This number right here, we don't want it to go up, and yet it's going up. And when it goes up, Patricia, what do you typically see in rates?
Yes, yes, I'm here. I'm here. Yes, rates increase.
Yep.
Mhm.
So they don't want inflation going up. And so they're doing a delicate dance with that right now. And yet it is upticking. So it's something to think about. The main piece of that obviously is oil. And I want to show y'all this real quick. I thought it had it on here. Um, well, maybe not. It listed per item what the inflation, what's causing the most amount of inflation. Oh, here it is. And obviously gas right now is at 30%. Coffee is at 22%, so 23%. Ground beef, 22%, right? Apparently, eggs and TVs are going down. But oil is driving a lot of this. So just so everybody knows that is a factor. And when we're talking about, households and affordability, when we have massive inflation, just understand that affects everything else for households, right? So if I'm spending a ton of money on gas and groceries, then I don't have as much liquidity to go put money down for a down payment, right? So it's just something for y'all to be aware of. In terms of home sales, if you could see right here, they're predicting flat. I think 4 million is the number. So that it's about in alignment over the past few years. And then one other thing I want to show y'all, I think is really important. I know you got the home prices. This right here. All right. Inventory. What are we seeing in Tennessee? How
A
much
crazy
month?
spike. I mean, on this calendar, it looks like 7,
7.
6.
Yep. Um, and I think I was talking about this the other day. I know Nashville is having a major rise in inventory, and it's something y'all should be following as well. You need to understand the months of supply because the market does not understand this, right? The sellers do not understand this, and so we have to get very creative with how we price, and we've got to get very creative with special financing and creative financing so that we can market it differently than any other home out there. This number is not good or bad. It is what it is, and we need to figure out the game in which we're playing. And right now we're playing with an increase in inventory. And we're also, you're seeing a lot of people reduce, I think it was right here. Hold on. There's another slide that shows you the amount of price reduction. I think it was, hold on, let me find it. Yep, there we go. This slide right here. Also one I would include in a listing presentation. Non-luxury listings with price reductions, almost 33%. Luxury listings with price reductions, almost a quarter of them. So if we take these slides, put them in our listing presentation and help the customers understand months of inventory, home price reductions, and what the expectations are, it's exactly what Melissa and I were saying yesterday. You have to be the guide, you have to lead them, and you have to be bold enough to share this information with them, or they are not going to be realistic. Okay. So these are just a few things. I want to make sure y'all know that we have access to this. This is really helpful, and something that you can then provide to your clients. One thing I am seeing, just as another thing, institutional buyers, there's been restrictions and buying bans based on a new bill called Large Institutional Investors. Well, no, that's not the bill, sorry, but it's around large institutional investors, and it is limiting the amount of homes they can buy. And as y'all all know, there was a lot of that happening in Memphis. And so I'm just giving you a heads up. I got a call yesterday. I do think some of them are going to start unloading. So pay attention to that. So a lot of these institutional investors and PE companies are looking to start unloading, which is going to increase what? Months of inventory. What questions do y'all have about that? They already started. Yeah, I've gotten a call about it, Sammy. I agree.
Sarah, when you say unloading, what do you mean by that?
They're going to start selling them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to start selling their portfolios.
Hey Sarah, I want to second you on that because I just called a expired last night and he offered me 5 properties. So yeah, that's where I'm headed in right now to get that going. So yeah, that's what's going on, most definitely.
But if it y'all, I just want to, this is a word to the wise here. You have to price it accordingly. Because this is not a let's put this on the market and see game. It's exactly what Melissa and I were saying. We have to have realistic conversations. This is not a test the market situation right now. And the reason why this is so important to me is y'all have to buy signs, lock boxes, marketing material, and I want you to get your money back for your services. We do a lot up front for free. And just understand that your time and those things are costly, right? And so make sure that they are realistic around pricing for your sake, right? So if they want to quote unquote test the market, which a lot of them do, if they decide that they want to do that and you decide you get a choice, I wouldn't take it, and I don't play in that space. I'm like, you're either going to price it accordingly or I'm out. Because that tells me you don't want me to be your guide. But if you decide to take it, you better have set price reductions already built into your listing agreement. And I don't mean a conversation of, hey, well, we agreed upon this. No, I want verbiage in your listing agreement that says you are agreeing to a $10,000 drop in 30 days. And then that will continue until we meet the market price and we find a buyer.
So do we continue it every 30 days? Put in
I would. I mean,
Oh.
you can do it however you wanted to put
No.
in terms. I would do 30 days.
Okay.
What is the realistic time frame? I know back in the day it was like, okay, if you don't get a showing in 7 days, we're too high. And then it went to 14 days. What is that time frame?
What would we look at in a CMA that would give us that time frame to tell us if we're in the market or out of the market?
Is it the days on market?
On market.
Days on market. So I would say, hey, look, and I mean, Dan, I would look at the whole picture of it, right? Like if you know in your heart of hearts that they're 20,000 over, then I would create the terms myself, right? Like Melissa said this yesterday, we have to drive them to the market price if they're unrealistic, right? And so if I know they're 20,000 over list and I've decided to take it, right? I would say, look, in 3 weeks, if we do not have 10 showings or an offer, and I'm going to write this in the listing agreement, 10 showings or an offer, we're dropping it. 20,000. And then I would say, all right, and after that, after we drop 20,000 in the next 30 days, if we're still not hitting the mark and we're not in the market and the market is rejecting us, I'm going to put another stipulation that will escalate another 5 or 10 or whatever y'all decide to do. Does that make sense? You got to look at the other factors too. But days on market, I mean, I've had somebody ask me before on days on market if I could sell it in 2 weeks, because a lot of us are like, oh, yeah, we'll put it out in the yard, do an open house and do a 2-week listing agreement. And I said, absolutely not. Your days on market is 40 days. Why would I invest in you, market this for free, and you've decided that you don't want to be realistic with my services and what I do in terms of as a fiduciary? Deanna, did that answer your question?
It did. Thanks.
So y'all, we've got it. This is a strategic game. This market right now is all about strategy. We cannot continue doing the same thing over and over again because we're going to get the same results. Where large language models, i.e. ChatGPT or Gemini, ask it to get creative for you. If you're stuck, just say, look, this is the days on market. These are the months of inventory. My client wants to price here. I think we need to be here. Give me some creative options. Keep special financing in mind. Here's some other things that I want to do. Here's the competition. And then let that come up with some ideas for you if you get stuck. Any other questions? I'm really passionate about this, as you can tell, because I think this is a huge opportunity for y'all to take market share, to get signs in the yard, but we have to educate our customers. And those slides, let me go back to that. Somebody asked something about what slides I would include. If it's me, I'm not including job growth. I'm including inflation because they need to understand that. I'm including, I wouldn't include that. I'm including months of inventory, and months of supply. New home starts. I would love for somebody to go check this out in Memphis and or Mississippi. I heard that new home starts are skewed. What are new home starts? Does anybody know?
Builders.
And what are builders doing? They're going to get the permits to start the property, right? And so what I've been hearing is that those numbers are skewed because of multifamily. So builders are starting to build more multifamily units. So I think that was something in our market that we need to look at. Like, how many of these new home starts are multifamily? Why would a builder do multifamily over single family?
Because you can sell more, I would think you could sell more
Advertise.
units on it.
And what is that for the consumer? More affordable, right? So, all that to say, again, numbers are not good or bad to me. They are what they are, and everything has an opportunity. If y'all need help, and Leslie and Linda are going to kill me for saying this, and I don't care. If y'all need help, like structuring or packaging it, I want you to go to ChatGPT, and then I want you to present to me as if I'm a seller. You can text it to me and say, hey, Mr. and Miss Seller, this is what I think I should do, right? And I'm happy to look at it from a seller perspective. But I need you to think for yourselves and do the work and use ChatGPT as well. So y'all leverage us, leverage our team so that we can help you have these conversations before you walk in the door, right? Please don't go at this alone. That is not the team that we have and the collaboration that we have at KW. So, anyway, if I can do anything for you, let me know. I do believe we have a huge opportunity right now to take a lot of listings and a lot of market share, but we've got to look and move differently than everybody else. So, all right, everybody, y'all make it a go and make it count.